welcome to Daily Spiritual Thought. And today's title is The Power of Imagination. Today let's talk about the power of imagination. Since you're a creative, energetic being incarnated into this physical world, it doesn't matter whether you think about something that corresponds to reality or not. You always behave in precisely the same way. That is, the process that you initiate is always the same, because the energy always follows your attention. So it's your task to let your energy flow in the direction you wish to go. How can you imagine this? You may remember when you go to the cinema and watch a movie. Before you go to the cinema, you realize that it's not reality, but a movie. But when you're sitting in the movie theater and your consciousness digresses, and you're just taking in the information, you're letting the impressions into your system, and your body doesn't discriminate. So if a scene is scary, you might shiver or get goosebumps. If it's funny, you will laugh. And if it's sad, you might cry. The energy, as I said, always follows the attention. And that's why it's important to be predominantly in the realm of consciousness. And what this consciousness and the power of imagination ultimately do for you is phenomenal, because you are the master over your body. You can make the body healthy or make it sick with your thoughts. If you have a low vibrational thoughts, the cells are poorly supplied, and certain areas that correspond to this then become ill. But you can also heal your system just as well. But you can do so much more. Let's look at an example of an experiment that actually took place. Some time ago, different test persons were taken who were given the task to move a weight with a finger on a cable at a certain distance. Then they took a control group which was in the room at the same time and which had to imagine how they operated this pulley always at the same moment. Then there was a third group that had nothing to do, neither to pull nor to imagine it. After a certain time, the results were evaluated. One result was clear. The group that had physically operated the pulley had a muscle gain after a few weeks. In the third group, which was only present, nothing was observed, logically understandable, but the impressive thing was that the group that only imagined operating the pulley had a muscle increase of about 40%. And this despite the fact that physically nothing was done. How is that possible? Purely the imagination changes our body. Only the imagination of this training caused the muscles to respond to this energy, because energy always follows attention. Similar results have been found in other tests. For example, today we know that only if you regularly watch golf or tennis, you develop better skills in it than if you had never watched it. If you start actively doing it, okay? So that's why it's so important to be aware that no matter what we focus on, that's what we reinforce in our lives. As the example made clear, this also works on a physical level. So, hey, let's visualize only the very best ideas for our personal and collective future. Let's take the time to create the circumstances we oh so fervently desire: freedom and peace. For now, this is Andreas from Daily Spiritual Thought. Despite all hardships we're going through, have a wonderful time. Thanks a lot for watching, and God bless.